Hello Gilberts, it's Mr. Murphy here for our weekly get together and assembly. Now, we are now at the end of a whole term of lockdown learning, of remote learning. It's been very different to the first lockdown that we had in March in 2020. And I think what I want to begin to say, even though I've got obviously lots of names to read out here, actually you've all done brilliantly. You've all done amazingly well, whether you come into school on some days, whether you're working from home. It's been a time like no other, and what you've demonstrated is huge resilience, flexibility to work differently, try different ways of learning, independence, having to manage your own time, having to manage an inbox and to do tasks. You've grown in so many ways, and that's an amazing thing. I recently read an article about all the lost learning of lockdown, but to turn it round on its head and say, what have we gained in lockdown? And in this term's Gazette, I think you'll see some of the amazing things you've been doing at home. We've put some photographs and some images on there. We've also put some things on our school website in the galleries. So actually, in terms of what have we gained, you've gained a lot, and you've worked so well. It's been amazing to see. So I'm really proud of you all, Gilberts. And I know it's not been easy, and I know managing your own learning's not been hard, but you've been brilliant. You really have. So please switch off this half term, try and have a break, and whatever comes after half term, we've got what it takes to manage, and we've got what it takes to get through this. So really pleased with you all. Now, coming up to my favourite bit, I've still got a bit of a cough, so I'm just going to have a slurp of my tea. Because I've recorded this several times and I keep coughing through it, so I'm going to this time make sure I don't do that. So we have our hot chocolates. Now, some of these have already arrived. I don't know how they've managed that, but these have already arrived in some people's post boxes, and these are nominations from the form tutors who they've spotted either remote learning at home or learning at school, and that they've done well. And if you remember last week, Blossom's not here. She was in yesterday, and she was a bit naughty. So she enjoyed ice skating on the frozen pond and playing on the frozen field, but I couldn't bring her in today because I had lots to do. But I have decided that I will celebrate with you in the absence of Blossom, and I'm going to have, I think, I've got a choice of orange chocolate or a large dairy milk, and I'm going to have, I think, a piece of this for every year group that has submitted certificates. I think that's what I'll do to enjoy with my tea. So let's start off with our year 5 children. We have brilliant work from Marty Purton and Savannah Hope in 5SG, from Ray Foster and Ella Vines in 5EH, from Evie Ashbold and Jaden Avery in 5PH, from Hallie Sartin and Noah Kamadou in 5DG, and Ben Code and Neve Lowe in 5NH, and finally Flynn Cox and Sophie Taylor Lord in 5SEB. So a big well done to all of you. So I'm going to have just a bite for year 5, thank you very much. Now over to year 6. And we have Lucy Marie Peters and Olivia Mills for excellent artwork and perspective, for always having a positive attitude towards their learning every day. In 6LH we have Christian Ryan and Ella Young for always being super and getting on with their work, getting it all completed and submitted on time. In 6FL Sophie Kent for always putting in 100% effort, for constantly striving to improve her work by acting on feedback and asking questions. And in 6AL, Julia Krakova and George Alexander for coming into school every day and working exceptionally hard. You are both enthusiastic, helpful at times, and Julia, you've also been part of a fundraising project to raise money for the NHS, and we've included that in our Gazette. And in 6SW, Nathan Vu for completing a number of activities from the Children's Mental Health Week resources, and to Taylor Spatman for completing a great piece of artwork during the lesson. So a big well done to our Year 6s. And I'm going to celebrate with you with a bit more chocolate. Thank you. Now to our Year 7s. So we've got Corey Jackson for working really hard this week. We have Joseph Allen for his English work has been amazing. And you've been a very supportive member of the form class. For Emily Dennis for doing loads of work outside the curriculum, making comments. You've been really engaging with the wellbeing activities, so that's great to see. For Neve Metcalf working extremely hard in all subjects. For Neve Barton for working extremely hard in all subjects and completing some great no screen days. For Robert McAndrew for excellent effort in English, nominated by Mrs. Richardson. And Sophie Hill for consistently good work in science. In 7 p.m, Jessica Tyers, Jake Cox, Henry Roper and Katie Waters for some brilliant work. And in Year 8, we've got Chase Carl Waldron, Alex Carter, Charlie Griffiths, Darcy Raitt, Summer Battams, Jack Bolan, Eva May Farr, and Olivia Vivora for amazing work in Year 8. So, I forgot to have chocolates for Year 7, so I'm going to have half of this for Year 7, half of this for Year 8. So that's really good to see and hear. So I hope you have a lovely half term. We'll be emailing you the Gazette so you can see what we've been doing, see your work. But please take care of yourselves, have a rest, enjoy the time with your family and your loved ones, and take care. Bye-bye.